The Evansville Otters are back at home and ready for a new 3-game series against the New England Knockouts. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to historic Bosse Field in Evansville, Indiana. And this is the first time in Frontier League history that these two teams will match wits and lock horns. The first all-time meeting between the Evansville Otters and the New England Knockouts. Oh, what a moment. And why not have it here at historic Bosse Field, just adding to the richness of this place. And boy, oh boy, do we have a good day for baseball ahead of us. And hope you're all excited as we are up here in the press box. Evansville coming off a series win against the Joliet Slammers that concluded their 6-game road stint. And that was a big series for Evansville because in the first 3 games of that 6-game roadie, they were swept by the Windy City Thunderbolts, and that dropped them back a step in the Frontier League West Division standings, but they were able to rebound and make sure to take care of business against another team that they were chasing down. Well, Evansville coming into this game 19-29. They're really chasing everybody right now in the West Division. Currently, they are in 8th place, and you look at the top of the leaderboard, well, the schedule after this series, not going to be easy, but we'll go through the rest of the Frontier League standings before we get to the schedule. Lake Erie 31-17, Washington 30-17, then Schaumburg filling out that 3rd spot. That's the final spot in the playoff race, 27-21. But boy, Schaumburg has been in a bad way. They just lost another series, this time to the Ottawa Titans yesterday, and they have not been performing well. And that was also a series at home. So because of their recent downfall, they are only a half game now ahead of Gateway, who stands 26-21. Then in the bottom half of the division, it is Joliet, Florence, Windy City, and Evansville. So Evansville all the way at the bottom of the barrel. They are 12 games back of first place. They are 8 games back of a playoff spot, and it makes you question whether or not Evansville will be able to consistently produce good games. We are officially in the second half of the 2024 regular season. Hard to believe that we're saying that, but this is game number 49 of 96. So time is ticking, and the clock is running on chances for Evansville to get back in to the playoff race. You figure they're going to need 3 wins here against a struggling New England Knockouts club, 13-34. Taking a look at the other side of the Frontier League in the East Division, well, New England in a tie for last with New Jersey, and both of those teams, again, 13-34, but it has been a struggling season for the Knockouts, and maybe you think that's to be expected because they are the new guys in the league, and this is their first year in the Frontier League, but I can pretty much assure you that this is not the start that field manager Jared Edmondson wanted for his club. Well, this is where they are, and it might take a few years for this team to really get into the thick of things when it comes to the rest of the Frontier League standings, but it's a great opportunity for Evansville to capitalize on a struggling Knockouts team, so we'll see if they can do that beginning here today. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting New England Knockouts, again, they are led by manager Jared Edmondson. Leading things off, it'll be Austin White, the center fielder. Jake Boone playing second base, bats second. John Cristino, the designated hitter, bats third. It is Jalen Garcia, the left fielder, cleaning up. Brady West doing the catching, batting fifth. Raymond Jimenez, the first baseman, bats sixth. Noah Lucier playing third base, he bats seventh. Batting eighth and playing right field, Keegan Calario. And it is J.R. DiSarcina, the shortstop, to fill out the starting 9. On the rubber for Evansville, it'll be Terrence Marin, 0-1 on the year. This is his second appearance, second start. He was picked up right before the Windy City series, and Marin had a 6-inning outing in his Otters return in 2024, a .450 ERA as he gave up 3 runs in those 6 innings. Flipping the book over, taking a look at the Evansville Otters. They are led by field manager Andy McCauley, and their starting 9 is as follows. Giovanni DiGiacomo leading off. He plays center field. Gary Mattis making his return to the Otters tonight and immediately being plugged into the top of the order. He will play second base and bat second. David Mendham, the first baseman, bats third. Randy Bednar out in left field cleaning up. Dakota Phillips, the first baseman, bats fifth. Alec Olin, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. Mason White out in right field batting seventh. Logan Brown, the catcher, bats eighth. And filling out the starting 9, the shortstop, Delvin Zinn. It is Neil Usalki on the rubber, 0-1 for the New England Knockouts. This is his second appearance, both in the starting role tonight. 6 innings of prior work in his Knockouts debut, a 4.50 ERA. Another hot one at the ballpark. 85 degrees, sunny skies, that real feel up to about 87 degrees. And we said that we were going to talk about the upcoming schedule ahead. We'll do that real quick. It's Washington, then Lake Erie, and then the All-Star break. So tough competition ahead, which makes this series all the more important for Evansville. We're going to take a step aside here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. We'll take it to the national anthem, followed by today's first pitch. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Otters Baseball on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, performed this evening by national recording artist and alternative outlaw Cage Willis.
It's that time of the day again. Otters baseball coming your way here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Greetings and salutations, everybody. The Evansville Otters are back at home at historic Bosse Field in Evansville, Indiana. And today, history will be made. The first all-time matchup with the New England Knockouts, the new guys, in the Frontier League implemented this year, and Evansville is 19-29 on the season. New England 13-34. An important series for the Otters in regard to getting back into the playoff race. Ballpark dimensions here at Bosse Field: 315 to the right and left field lines, 375 to the right and left center alleys, and it is 400 toward dead center. Calling our balls and strikes, our home plate umpire, Evan Kerr. It is Miguel Cruz out at first base, and our third base umpire is Mike Corbett. Terrence Marin on the rubber, 0-1. This is his second appearance, second start, 6 innings in his Otters 2024 debut, and he gave up 3 runs in those 6 frames. That was back against Windy City in the last road series that Evansville had. Well, that was a road series where the Otters went 4-2. They were swept by the Thunderbolts, and Marin took a hard luck loss in his start, and that was on that Sunday contest, but Evansville able to bounce back with a series win against the Joliet Slammers. So digging in, it'll be Austin White, the center fielder. He bats left-handed for this new Knockouts team, and what an exciting moment. The first time we get to see these New England Knockouts. Marin, the right-hander, will work from the windup. He's into the motion. Here comes his first pitch, and it's a fastball on the outside corner, delivered at 6:36 p.m., a strike, and we're underway here at Bosse Field. Marin back to it. Here comes the 0-1. Bunt attempt by White. He pulls back a fastball away, and it's 1-1. Well, these Knockouts just getting done with a 3-game series against the Gateway Grizzlies, the 1-1. Breaking ball in the inside corner, a called strike, and it's now 1-2. So they were already over this way in St. Louis, just a couple of hours away from Evansville, the 1-2. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes for White. And this is also the first time the Otters are seeing an East team here at home this year. Now the 2-2. Fastball misses high and away, and the count is now full. So Evansville has played 2 East teams, but both on the road. Marin into the wind, the pitch, and it misses outside. So it's a walk to White, and that's the first base runner of the ball game. Six pitches. White down to first base, and that'll bring up Jake Boone. Well, in his only other start, Marin only gave up 1 walk. He also struck out 5 in that game, getting to a career 751. He passed that 750 marker. The kick and the pitch, and this one is popped up off the bat of Boone. Shallow center field, charging into Giacomo, but it is the shortstop Zinn to call him off, and there's 1 down. So a nice bounce back at bat, retiring Boone. Runner on first in the top of the first, no score. Well, that'll bring up John Cristino. And this is one of the hottest hitters in the Frontier League. A really good signing for New England this year. He's been at the top of their order throughout this year. Righty on righty battle. Marin kicks and deals, and it's a fastball that misses inside, the count 1-0. Cristino batting .321 on the season. He's got 11 home runs, a tie for first in the league, and 38 RBIs. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and it's a broken bat. Soft fly ball back behind second base. Zinn backing up, makes the catch, and it's 2 flyouts to the shortstop here in the first inning, and there's 2 gone with a runner on first. Jalen Garcia comes to the plate. No score between Evansville and New England. With these Knockouts taking over in the Frontier League for the Empire State Grays, a team no longer in the league. They were booted out last year. Marin from the stretch, deals the first pitch. Ground ball hit to the right side of the infield. Diving stop by Mattis, gets up, throw to first, and he got him. Beautiful glove work by the second baseman, and in his return to Evansville, already showing off his defensive prowess, and that'll do it here in the top of the first. Runner stranded, no damage done from New England, and it's Evansville coming to bat for the first time when we come back. Giovanni DiGiacomo leading it off, bottom of the first inning, no score between Evansville and New England. And on the rubber for the knockouts, Neil Usalki, 0-1 this season. This is his second appearance and his second game starting. 6 innings in his 2024 season debut for New England, and he gave up 3 runs, a 4.50 ERA. That was back on June 29 against the Three Rivers Angels. He walked one and struck out one in that contest. DiGiacomo bats left-handed, and he digs in. DiGiacomo batting .315 on the season, 1 for 12 in the last series against Joliet. The right-hander into the wind. Here comes the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. The count 0-1. Terrence Marin seeing 4 batters for Evansville as the starter. No damage done. That was in the top of the first inning. Here's the 0-1. And it's a fastball that misses high and outside. 1-1 for DiGiacomo. Now, DiGiacomo had a tough series against Joliet. No doubt about that, but he hits some balls hard. Cuts and comes up empty on the next offering. 1-2. He only got rewarded once, though. Well, if he keeps swinging the way he is, the important thing is he's not striking out too often. Only 7 strikeouts in his first 14 games. So he's putting the ball in play, and again, he's making loud contact. Usually that evens out throughout the season. Usalki winds and fires home. 1-2, a check swing to the third base dugout, a New England foul. And we'll have another 1-2 pitch. First all-time meeting between these two clubs. We were detailing how New England took over for the Empire State Grays this year. So the Grays no longer in the Frontier League. Here's the 1-2 to DiGiacomo. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. So 1 gone in the bottom of the first, no score. Here comes Gary Mattis. Mattis making his return to the Evansville Otters, and he will see his first game of action this year, already getting things done defensively with a diving play at second base in the top of the first inning. The first pitch, fastball misses high, and the count 1-0. Now, this is a guy that spent time with the club in 2022, and toward the end of last year, he saw 20 games going into the postseason. The 1-0. And it's in there for a strike at the knees, evens the count for Mattis. But Gary had some big spark with that bat last year in that postseason run for Evansville. The 1-1 is a breaking ball that misses outside and low. 2 balls and a strike. So this is a player that Andy McCauley and Max Peterson were thrilled to get back on their side. Began this year in the American Association. A check swing on the next pitch. He went too far around, says first base umpire Miguel Cruz. 2-2 the count. And Mattis batted .218 with Lincoln before coming here. Usalki winds and fires, and it's laced back to the screen, foul. We'll have another 2-2 pitch. But it hasn't been an easy start for New England in the Frontier League. They are in dead last in the East Division, a 13-34 record. The 2-2 coming, here it is. And it's lifted in the air towards straightaway center field. Taking a couple of steps to his left is Austin White, and the center fielder will retire Mattis. There's 2 gone in the first. You expect there to be some hiccups as a brand new ball club, and this is professional baseball, so it's not going to be a cupcake walk facing these top teams. And boy, the East Division has some really good teams in New York and Quebec. Now digging in, David Mendham bats left-handed. The right-hander, Usalki into the motion, he comes home. And it's a strike for Mendham, 0-1. No score in the first. But for New England, you think about a realistic expectation, where would that be? The 1-0, rather the 0-1. Chopped foul to the right side, 0-2 to Mendham. Hard to say exactly, but if you can finish the season, even in 7th place, I think that's a win. Well, they are tied with New Jersey in last place. They are 4 games back of Sussex. Next pitch to Mendham misses outside, and the count 1-2. So Sussex in that 7th seed. If they can find a way to maneuver themselves up to that spot in the division, hey, that's not a bad first year. The 1-2. And it's lined back to the screen, foul. Mendham stays alive. We'll have another 1-2 pitch. David batting .341 on the season. 3 homers, 24 RBIs, a 2-for-11 series against Joliet. Well, that last road series for Evansville was a struggle with the bats as a whole. Usalki gets the sign. He motions home. And it's a breaking ball that misses a little bit low. The count 2-2 now. Evansville, as a team, batted just .189 in the 6 games that they saw against Windy City and Joliet. The right-hander winds and fires. And Mendham sends it fouling out of play the opposite way. We'll have another 2-2. Now with that, they did put up a baker's dozen hits against Joliet in the series finale yesterday. That was that 4th of July contest, and Evansville able to come away with a 6-2 win. So maybe trying to build some momentum here after a good game yesterday, the 2-2. Breaking ball misses high and away, and the count is now full. A good at-bat from David Mendham. And this is pitch number 8 coming up. But yesterday's game was just a well-rounded, complete game from Evansville, offensively and defensively. Now the payoff, and it's outside ball 4. What an at-bat from Mendham. And there's your first base runner of the game for Evansville. Fell behind 0-2, fouled a couple of pitches off, and had a terrific eye. And Mendham, one of the best to do it. He is a pesky hitter in this Frontier League, and he now has his 35th walk of the year. So it's Randy Bednar coming to the plate, righty-on-righty matchup. No score in the first. back to that Joliet game yesterday, Evansville scored in 5 innings. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball that misses high. The count 1-0. So they distributed the scoring across the scoreboard, and Zach Smith, 6 innings of 1-run ball as the starter. Griff Hughes, 2 scoreless out of the bullpen. The pitch, breaking ball, just a little bit low. But because of that average as a team, I tell you, it raised almost 40 points from game number 5 from after yesterday's game. They still took a hit with the average dropping to 14th in the Frontier League. Throw to first and Mendham in there safely. As a team now, the Otters are batting .251. New England right behind them, .242. They are 15th. Usalki comes to the set. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes to second. It's a fastball in there for a strike. Throwing a hop and it's late. Mendham didn't even slide. He ended up cruising in there and he almost overran second base. Barely kept his toe on the bag. Well, almost going into left field. So it's a 2-1 count now for Bednar. A runner in scoring position for Evansville. No score in the first. Usalki leans in. He gets the sign. A look to second. Now the pitch home. Fastball rifled back to the screen. And it's now 2-2. The deuces are wild for Bednar. A beautiful day here at the ballpark, 85 degrees. Well, it's certainly hot, though. When isn't it here in Evansville? Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Bednar felt it was outside. That's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Usalki, and he will strand a runner in scoring position. No runs in for Evansville in the first. We're scoreless after 1, and it's New England coming to the bat when we come back in inning number 2. Top of the second inning, and we're scoreless between Evansville and New England. It'll be Brady West digging in from the right side, and he will be the first hitter. Check that, he fooled me. He's actually going to bat left-handed. And it is Terrence Marin back on the rubber. He saw 4 batters in the first inning, a leadoff walk, but he was able to work around it. He's into the windup. Here comes the first pitch, and it's on the outside corner, a called strike, 0-1. Still just 10 pitches in that first inning for Marin, even though he allowed that leadoff base runner. 5 strikes. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball misses high and away, 1-1. Evansville wearing their blue tops, white Otters across the chest, white numbering on the back, white pants. and their traditional home hats. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, shot toward first, past a diving Phillips. This is in fair territory. It's going to head for the corner, bounces up against the wall. Having trouble out there with it is White. Moving up toward third is West. The throw to the bag on a hop, not in time. So that's going to go down as a double with an error on Mason White. He kicked the ball around out there in right field. And all of a sudden, here in the second inning, it's a leadoff two-bagger with the advancement, and there's 190 feet from scoring for New England. So now coming to the plate, Raymond Jimenez. Righty on righty battle. Here comes the first pitch, and it's lifted in the air toward deep right field. White on his horse. He's nearing the warning track, makes the catch. This will be plenty deep, as West is going to be able to capitalize on the error. And New England will draw first blood tonight. They lead at 1-0. So RBI number 18 on the year for Jimenez, and now it'll be Noah Lucier coming to the plate. That's a tough one to give up for Marin. First pitch is a fastball upstairs to Lucier, and the count 1-0. Marin back to the wind, the pitch, and it misses a little bit inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Marin in that first outing against Windy City probably could have went a little longer. But didn't want to push it though. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses high. When you look at that pitch count, he only threw 76 pitches, but early in the season, he only worked as a reliever down in Mexico, the 3-0. And it misses inside, ball 4. So a walk to Lucier, and that'll bring up Keegan Calero. New England leads it 1-0, double play ball in effect. And there's 1 gone in the second. Calero batting 143, right-handed hitter. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball at the knees, called the strike, 0-1. Marin, a 4-seam fastball, sinker, cutter, slider, curveball, changeup. He's got 6 pitches. Here's the 0-1. Oh, watch out. Fastball high and inside, and that got Calero around the shoulder area. So he's going to head down to first base on the hit by pitch, and seems like the command isn't all there for Marin. He's walked 2 now, and that hit by pitch, it's another free pass. Here comes J.R. DiSarcina. Marin has spent a lot of years in the game. Here's the first pitch to DiSarcina. Another fastball high and inside. And he calls time. Marin really struggling with the command. Here comes Logan Brown. He wants a word. The middle infielders also having a chat with each other. So you wonder what's going on with Marin. Well, he was pretty good with the control in that Windy City start, but he's off to a rocky start here tonight. Well, we'll see if he can correct the issues he's having on the mound. The meeting is over, and DiSarcina digs back in. Right-handed hitter working with a 1-0 count. New England leads it 1-0 over Evansville. Marin at the set, now the pitch. Fastball in the inside corner, a strike, and the count even at 1-1. Runners on first and second. 1 gone in the inning. the next delivery. Swing and a miss, and he's got DiSarcina down in the count 1-2. Well, we mentioned how the Empire State Grays no longer around. DiSarcina was on that club last year. He's got a cool background. Here comes the 1-2 from Marin. Fastball hit back to the screen. We'll have another 1-2. Gary DiSarcina is JR's father, who is currently the third base coach for the Washington Nationals. Actually went to a Nationals game last summer and saw Gary coaching third. Pretty cool story. So baseball in DiSarcina's blood. Now the 1-2. And it's a weak tapper to the third baseman. Charging is Mendham. Makes the running throw to first in time. Both runners will advance, but a big out number 2. Now the ball thrown away to third. And one run comes in to score. Here comes Calero. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Make it 3-0 knockouts on a unforced error from the first baseman, Phillips. Tried to go back to third. The ball got away from Mendham, went all the way to the warning track down by the left field side, and that is just a mistake that cannot happen. So both runs unearned, and now at the plate it is Austin White. First pitch swinging, loops one to the third baseman. Mendham right across the white chalk in foul territory, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So a couple of early mistakes defensively for Evansville, and it leads to 3 unearned runs as we'll head to the bottom of the second. 3-0 New England leads. Dakota Phillips leads off for Evansville. We're in the home second, and it is 3-0 New England. Back on the rubber, it'll be Neil Usalki. First pitch home from the right-hander, and it misses just off the outside black. The count is 1-0. Well, it was a couple of costly errors from Evansville in that top of the second inning. The pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Evens the count to Phillips, 1-1. Well, that led to 3 unearned runs from New England. That's really tough. Here's the 1-1. And this is swung on and smoked. High and deep toward right center field. White on his horse. He looks up, and this one is gone! Well, what a way to answer. And Dakota Phillips has homered for the second game in a row, and he gets Evansville on the board in the second. It's now 3-1. Phillips had a mammoth shot in yesterday's game at Joliet. That's not an easy ballpark to get one out in. And today, it was a missile over the right center wall out toward the Corona Extra patio deck, and that got out in a hurry. Now at the plate, it is Alec Olin fouls the first pitch away, and the count is 0-1. Well, it was 24 pitches, 15 strikes for Usalki in that first inning. The right-hander into the wind. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses downstairs. This very well could be a high-scoring series between these two clubs. That's how it was in Gateway. Now, granted, at Gateway, you're playing in a bandbox. That is a tiny ballpark. Now the 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner, a strike to Olin, 1-2. But my goodness, that series finale yesterday featured a final score of 17-12, a football score. Now the 1-2. Olin holds up and swing in time, a breaking ball that misses downstairs and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. New England leads it 3-1, bottom of the second inning. Usalki winds and fires. Strike 3 call, the fastball on the inside corner. That's the 3rd K of the game for Usalki. And he's able to set down Olin as out number 1 in the second. So now coming to the plate, Mason White batting left-handed. And the right fielder had a nice series against Joliet. Was 6 for 13, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The right-hander, Usalki, into the wind. Here's the pitch. And it's on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. The other reason why this could be a high-scoring series is because Evansville's defense, not great, so they give up a lot of unearned runs, the 0-1. Ground ball hit foul to the right side, 0-2 to White. But on the New England side, they by far and away have the worst pitching staff in the Frontier League. 6.79 team ERA. Yikes. Usalki gets the signal. He comes home. And White puts a charge into this one. This is high and deep to right center. White looking up, and this is off the right center wall. White cruises to second base. He'll drop the anchor there, and it's a double. His 12th of the year, and a 2-bagger with 1 gone will set a man in scoring position for the Otters. Coming to the dish, Logan Brown. How about that? White falling behind 0-2, got a good pitch, didn't miss it. But despite the fact that this Otters team has been struggling offensively over the last 6 games, they can explode at any moment. Brown bats left-handed. Here's the first pitch. He taps it back to the screen, foul, 0-1. And you look up and down this lineup and you say, holy cow, there's a lot of talent. The thing for Evansville is now that they have the pieces, consistently putting it together night in and night out. Here's the 0-1. And it's a Baltimore chop out towards short, taken on a couple of bounces. DeSarcina throws to first, and he will retire Brown. There's 2 gone. No advancement from White. He still stays on second. And coming to the plate, it's Delvin Zinn. Well, timely hitting is going to be a big thing for Evansville throughout the rest of the year. They're really going to have to figure that out. Well, with runners in scoring position, the team is batting .264. Well, they need a big hit here. They trail 3-1 to New England in the second inning. First pitch on the outside corner, a called strike to Zinn, and the count is 0-1. Zinn, a .250 hitter, 4 RBIs in 10 games for the Otters. Righty on righty matchup. Usalki comes to the set, the pitch. Breaking ball, and this one's sent back to the third base dugout of New England. And the count is now 0-2. Usalki leans in. He gets the sign. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes to third. Check swing. Foul back to the screen. And we'll have another 0-2 count for Zinn. Delvin lost a 6-game hitting streak yesterday. Still put together a 3-for-11 series against Joliet. Had an RBI, a run, a walk, and 2 stolen bases. That's the other thing with this Otters club. The new guys that they have signed, some of them have some wheels. And we've seen more aggressive base running from this club. Now the pitch. And this is slapped the opposite way. Down by the right field line, but it will hook foul and out of play. So 3 foul balls in a row from Zinn, and the count's still 0-2. Series opener between these two clubs. Another 6:35 p.m. start tomorrow, 5:05 on Sunday. Usalki, a long lean in. Now he comes to the set, glove at his chest, and the pitch home. It's another check swing from Zinn, more like a 3/4 swing. Couldn't fully commit, but fouled it back. And it's 0-2. Tonight, our Studio B sponsor at the ballpark. Tomorrow, the Arc of Evansville, and on Sunday, Dream Center. Lots of great promotional events this weekend. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes again, swing and a miss, and that'll do it here in the second inning. So Dakota Phillips gets Evansville on the board as he puts a solo homer over the right center wall, and it is 3-1 New England on top. We'll take it to the third on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the third inning, it is 3-1 New England over Evansville. Jake Boone will come to the plate. 2-3-4 in the order for the knockouts. Terrence Marin back on the rubber, the right-hander. Into the wind, here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. 26 total pitches through the first 2 innings for Marin. He winds and fires home. Bunt attempt by Boone, pulled back, pitch in the dirt. And the count is 1-1. Now 3 unearned runs coming in that second inning for New England. Able to jump ahead, but Evansville answering with 1 run in the bottom of the second. The pitch, and this is chopped foul to the third base side. We'll try it at 1-2 for Boone. It was Dakota Phillips to launch a solo homer over the right center wall. And he got Evansville on the board. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Marin. And he's able to set down Boone. 1 gone and the third base is empty. New England leads it 3-1 over Evansville. John Cristino coming to the plate. Righty on righty battle. Marin working from the windup, the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. It seems like Marin, after that mound visit in the second inning from Logan Brown, is able to settle down with that command. Here's the 0-1. Well, fastball inside, it hit him. All you can do is laugh at something like that. I mean, come on. And Cristino actually a little bit shaken up on the play. He is hunched over, grabbing that left elbow near the New England third base dugout. Well, that's about the last guy that you can afford to lose as the Knockouts. He is their best hitter, best player, by far and away. And they're having a look at him. So we'll see. The athletic trainer out there to look at Cristino, and he seems to be okay. He will jog down to first base.
Left fielder, 9, Jalen Garcia.
So that'll bring up Jalen Garcia. New England leads it 3-1 over Evansville. Garcia digs in from the right side. Here's the first pitch from Marin. And it's a chopper out towards the shortstop, Zinn, deep in the hole, backhands it, flips to second for one, relay to first, not in time. Wow, what a great play by Zinn. Wasn't sure if Mendham was going to go over and try to cut him off, but Zinn took charge and he made the quick 180 turn to second and made the slinging throw to Mattis, but his relay was just a step behind Garcia. So Cristino out number 2 on the fielder's choice, and now that'll bring up Brady West. Runner on first, and it is 3-1 New England. Marin deals, first pitch, runner goes, fastball high on outside. Throw from Brown, not in time. He launched that one, and it was a little bit high. Zinn had to range up for it with the mitt. And by the time he had to go all the way back down to try to tag Garcia, he was in there safely. That's the 13th stolen base for Garcia in as many tries. Runner in scoring position, and there's 2 gone in the third. Marin comes to the set, the kick and the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, and that'll even the count for West. West 1 for 1. He doubled and scored in the second inning, but he was able to reach third on that hit because Mason White booted the ball in right field. Now the 1-1, and it's lifted back over the screen, foul. 1-2 now. West batting .229 entering play today, 4 homers, 17 RBIs. That was his 10th double of the year, so up to double figures in that category. Now this New England team now with 79 doubles, right in the middle of the pack of the Frontier League. A 1-2, and it's ripped back to the screen, foul. We'll try it again. New England 8th with their 79 doubles, and Evansville is 4th with 87 doubles this year. Marin comes to the set, glove at the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball blocked by Brown, and the count now even at 2-2 for West. Marin ready. He looks to second, and a long look. Now he comes home. This is shot out toward left field, down by the line. Bednar is giving chase. He looks up, and this is just foul. Kicked off the base of the wall in deep left field, but it was about 5 feet to the left of the white chalk, and so West has a long foul ball. We'll try it again at 2-2. We'll have fireworks after the game tonight to celebrate the 4th of July. Evansville a day late, but it'll be a fun night at the ballpark. At least they got to celebrate yesterday with a 4th of July win, the 2-2. And this is sent to the Otters' first base dugout foul. Good battle brewing here between West and Marin. Well, this is pitch number 8 coming up. 3-1 New England. And we're in the 3rd. Marin unloads the 2-2 pitch. Runner goes to 3rd. Fastball lifted in the air, opposite way, and we'll try it again for the left-handed hitting catcher.
And a red foul ball brought to you by Hetz Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Well, there were a decent amount of players from the Windy City Thunderbolts, the 2023 roster, to play for New England to begin 2024. That's because they're owned by the same person. The deuces are wild. Here's the pitch. And this is swung on and launched high and deep to right center. It is DiGiacomo and White convening at the track. This is off the wall, and it's going to be extra bases for West. Coming in to score is Garcia. Make it a 4-1 New England lead. So that's the second double of the game. That time it leads to the first earned run that Marin has surrendered today. And Marin will now face Raymond Jimenez. That was a long battle. 9 pitches and West won it. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to Jimenez. And it's a breaking ball that misses low. Now, in the start against Windy City, we saw Marin working with some more pace than we are seeing him today, but that pitch clock out in center field not operable. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low. So we don't know how many seconds are left on that pitch clock. But it just seems like Marin is taking his time up there today. For the most part, whenever we have seen pitchers get into a groove and work more quickly, it's been more favorable. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 2 balls and a strike for Jimenez. Well, you look at that scoreboard, and it is not favorable for Evansville. 4 runs on 2 hits for New England. The pitch. And it misses downstairs. 3 balls and a strike. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors for the Otters, and those 2 errors were costly. 3 unearned runs again in the second inning. Here's the pitch, and this is hit foul to the right side. This is hooking out of play, and it'll land near the tent area. So now we'll try it at 3-2. Well, we got word that the umpires opted to not use the pitch clock today since the one in center field not working. So that is why we cannot see how many seconds are left on that pitch clock out there. Interesting. Marin ready. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He's able to set down Jimenez, and that'll do it here in the top of the 3rd. New England gets another, and they lead Evansville 4-1 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Bottom of the third inning, and it is 4-1. New England over Evansville. Top of the order for the Otters. Giovanni DiGiacomo digs in, batting left-handed, and it is Neil Usalki back on the rubber. Now, he gave up a solo homer to Dakota Phillips in inning number 2, but he's also struck out 4 in the first 2 frames. The right-hander gets the sign. He's into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. DiGiacomo was one of those strikeouts. Came swinging his first time up. Usalki back to it. Here comes the 0-1. And this is lined back to the screen, foul, 0-2. Well, we are told that there is no pitch clock today, so we have some old school baseball for you. The umpire's just saying, hey, you know what? To heck with it. We're not going to use it today. So, buckle up. It's going to be a 6-hour game. Oh, boy. Now the 0-2 delivery. Fastball misses in, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes for DiGiacomo. We thought that we were done and out of the way with those long, long contests. Maybe not tonight, though. We'll see. Now the 1-2. Fastball misses outside. And look, there are so many conversations, even today, about the pitch clock and whether or not it should be in the game or not. I'm a fan. I wasn't at first. I had that old school mentality when it first came to the game. 2-2, swing and a miss. And DiGiacomo's down on strikes. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for Usalki.
Second baseman, number 23.
And Usalki has 1 gone here in the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Gary Mattis. Just makes a lot of sense to have the pitch clock now that it has been in the game for about 1.5 years. Righty on righty battle. First pitch coming to Mattis. Fastball at the top of the zone, a called strike, 0-1. The other thing to consider is it's much more convenient for the fans, the 0-1. And this is lifted the opposite way, foul. 0-2 now to the right-handed hitting second baseman. You think if you got work at 8 a.m. the next morning, you don't want to stay up until 11:30 watching a ball game. Then you got to drive home, and you're getting home at midnight. That's not a fun time, the 0-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Mattis knew it. Back-to-back strikeouts in the 3rd, 3 in a row dating back to the 2nd for Usalki, and now he will face David Mendham.
Third baseman, number
New England leads it 4-1 over Evansville. We're in the 3rd. Mendham walked his first time up, was stranded on second after stealing a base. Righty on lefty battle. Usalki into the wind. Here comes the pitch. Fastball smoked down the right field line, and it is a fair ball as Mendham will take a turn at first. A nice job by Calero getting to it quickly. The ball was dropped by the second baseman, Boone, coming back into the infield, but he was able to stay with it to hold Mendham to a 2-out single. So now that'll bring up Randy Bednar. 2 gone in the 3rd, and it is 4-1 New England. You know what's interesting is even with that pitch clock, Evansville still finds ways to play some of the longest games I've ever seen since the pitch clock has been implemented. At least during their home games at Bosse. First pitch to Bednar. Grounded foul to the left side, 0-1. Now with that being said, they were able to actually string together some rather quick games in their last 6-game road series. 2 hours, 12 minutes, 2 hours, 21 minutes. Pretty impressive. Now the 0-1 home. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball from Usalki. He's got Bednar down 0-2. Well, then you look at the other games and you see 2 hours, 53 minutes, 3 hours, 6 minutes, 2 hours, 54 minutes. So half and half. Righty on righty matchup. Bednar struck out looking his first time at the dish. Usalki comes to the set. From the stretch, he deals, runner goes, and it's a breaking ball low and outside. Throw to the bag, a little high, and it's another stolen base for David Mendham. He's got 2 today. Mendham not really known for being a base stealer. He only had 2 entering play today. But he remains perfect. Now he's 4 for 4. And again, this entire offense for Evansville has been swiping more bases. They were dead last in the league at one point. Now the 1-2. And it's tapped back to the screen foul, which is ironic because after the first 11 games, when Patrick Lee was on the roster, they were in second place right behind Washington. But once he left, boy, there was a dry spell in swipes for about a month, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. But they're starting to steal more again. Now the 1-2 to Bednar, and it misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on second, 2 gone in the third. Evansville came into tonight's contest 11th in stolen bases, 55 of 63. That's a great percentage. Now the 2-2. Fastball, low and away, and the count now full. Bednar looking to come through and plate Mendham a much-needed run after New England got the one that they surrendered back in the last inning. The pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Usalki, and, well, the 2-out single does no damage. New England 4, Evansville 1 after 3 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports. Top of the 4th inning, bottom third of the New England order coming up. It'll be Noah Lucier leading off, and Terrence Marin back on the rubber. It is 4-1 New England over Evansville. The Knockouts plating 3 runs in the second inning, all unearned, and they got 1 in the third. And Evansville's only run, a Dakota Phillips solo homer in the second. First pitch from Marin, a swing and a miss, and the count 0-1 to Lucier. Now Marin, 49 pitches, 30 strikes. The right-hander winds and fires, and this is lifted in the air. Straight away center field, taking a few steps into Giacomo, and he makes the catch to retire Lucier. Marin has only given up 1 earned run. 2 errors from the Otters defense, plaguing them early. We'll see if they can work around it. Here is Keegan Calero Was hit by a pitch his first time up. The right-hander Marin deals. Fastball low, 1-0. This is going to be a strong word, but errors have been a cancer to Evansville this year. Here's the 1-0. A weak grounder out towards second base. Mattis up with it. No, he bobbles it. Tries to recover. Throw is late. Another error. Unbelievable. And that is the third error of the game, right on cue. They have shown up time and time again with this Otters defense. And look, they're the 12th ranked defense in the Frontier League for a reason. You don't want to be too negative, but my goodness, this game should be tied right now. So it's a one-out base runner, and here comes J.R. DiSarcina, the pitch. And it's at the knees, a called strike, 0-1. The other thing to think about when you are committing so many errors is how many more pitches is the starting pitcher having to throw because you're booting the baseball. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2 to DiSarcina. Would Marin be at 35 pitches, 40 pitches, 45 pitches? Certainly less than he has now. And now the 0-2 delivery. It's tapped at the plate, foul. So we'll try it again for DiSarcina. He grounded out his first time up. It was a fielder's choice, but on the play, what do you know? An error, which was thrown away. The ball went from first to third, but it missed third and went to the left side warning track, and it plated 2 runs. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs, back pick to first. Close play, but not in time. Calero back in. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes for DiSarcina. DiSarcina batting .211. 2 for 9 in the series against Gateway, a double, an RBI, and 3 runs. Marin leans in. A look to first. Now he comes to the set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Maybe. Here it is. And it's inside. But I tell you what, every time Marin pauses in his set position and takes his time, he loses accuracy. Tonight he's been a much better pitcher when working efficiently. Now the 2-2, runner goes to second, fastball upstairs, throw from Brown high, and it is not in time as Calero is in there with a stolen base. I get you want to mix up your timings and try to disrupt the hitter and the base runner, but he was ahead 0-2 to DiSarcina, and now the count is full. Marin ready. Glove at the belt. The kick and the pitch. And it is just a little bit high. So after being ahead 0-2, Marin lost DiSarcina, and it's runners on first and second. 1 gone in the fourth, and the lineup will turn over for the leadoff man, Austin White. 7-pitch battle. Won by DiSarcina. That's the first time he's reached base today. Well, we'll see how Marin can respond. He has struggled walking guys today. Here's the pitch, and White takes a fastball on the outside corner. Called a strike, 0-1. Series opener between these two clubs. Now the pitch. Fastball. Didn't miss by much, maybe a little bit high. And the count 1-1. First and second. 1 gone in the inning, and White 0 for 1. He walked his first time up. Marin kicks and deals. Breaking ball on the outside corner, called strike 2. White, one of the better hitters in this lineup. And he had a really nice series against Gateway. 6 for 12, 5 runs scored, and 4 RBIs. Another scoring chance for New England, and Marin will step off. He toes the rubber, comes to the set. Now the pitch. And this is swung on, hit out toward the right center gap. A long run for White. He will track it down on the run. Tagging up for third is Calero. He is in standing, but what an effort by Mason White. Gliding in the outfield like a gazelle, and he may have taken a hit away from Austin White.
Second baseman, 8, Jake Boone.
So one White flies out to the other, and here comes Jake Boone. Runners at the corners, 2 gone in the 4th inning. Righty on righty matchup. Boone 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Marin kicks and deals, and this is shot out toward left field, and this will land in front of Bednar, rolls into his glove. Going to be another run comes in to score for New England as they take a 5-1 lead. What do you know? It's also another unearned run.
12, John Cristino.
So that'll bring up John Cristino now. Again, this game should be tied. We should be out of the inning. First pitch to Cristino. He slaps it foul the opposite way. 0-1 to the right-handed hitter. 4 out of the 5 runs that New England has scored unearned. But it's an RBI for Boone. That's his 24th of the year. First and second. Here's the pitch. Fastball in at the knees for a strike, 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high. Well, the Otters will conclude this series on Sunday. They have Monday off. Then they will go to Washington on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and they will finalize against Lake Erie, their 6-game road series. Then it's the All-Star break. Now the 1-2. And here's a chopper down the third base line. This will just sneak over the chalk foul as Mendham picks it up. Would have been a tough play anyway, so maybe better that they did not pick that up in fair territory, as Cristino might have been able to beat that out. We'll have another 1-2 pitch. Crazy to think that half of the season already gone, and the All-Star break right around the corner. Marin gets the sign. And now the 1-2. Misses a little bit low. Marin has had to labor here in this inning. He's up to 69 total pitches. And this inning he has thrown 21 pitches. Here's time called by Cristino. He wants to think things over, and the deuces are wild. Marin comes to the set. He's ready. A look to second. Now the pitch home. And it's popped up foul. Down by the first base side. A long run for Phillips, but he can't make the catch. Running right up against that fence, but we'll have another 2-2. DiSarcina on second, Boone on first. Jalen Garcia on deck should it come to that point. Here comes the 2-2 from Marin. And this one is popped up again. Foul and out of play to the right side. Phillips again over there, but it'll land in the seats. This is turning into a really long inning for Marin. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat between him and Cristino. Cristino 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up, hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. Now the next offering. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it here in the top of the 4th. Another unearned run comes in. 5-1, New England leads Evansville after 3.5. Dakota Phillips leading it off. We're in the home half of the 4th inning. First pitch on the way. It's in there for a called strike. Neil Usaki back on the rubber, and it is 5-1. New England over Evansville. 4 unearned runs for the Knockouts tonight. Usaki back to it. The pitch swung on, lined out towards center field, sinking quickly. A diving attempt by White, and he cannot get there. Or can he? Yes, he can. A great play by the center fielder, robbing Phillips of a base hit, potentially extra bases. Oh, it looked like he almost trapped that baseball, but we don't have replay, so we can't take a second look at it. That was first base umpire Miguel Cruz to make the call. And now coming to the plate, Alec Olin. First pitch to him. Line back to the screen, 0-1. Usalki has looked pretty good in this outing. 1 run on 3 hits, 3 errors for the Otters. Only blemish was the solo homer to Phillips. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, and this is banged up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. It'll roll into the glove of White in center, and Olin with a single. Now that's a huge base hit for Olin. He's been struggling since coming to Evansville. And he had a tough series against Joliet, going just 1 for 13 at the plate. So now coming up, Mason White. Bats left-handed, 5-1 New England. Now, the one thing about Usalki is he has been working a lot more quickly than Terrence Marin. Throw to first, back in safely is Olin. And you can't really garner an assessment of performance just based off that metric. But the score is what it is. Here's the first pitch, and White takes outside the count 1-0. The right-hander comes to the set. Glove at the belly, the kick and the pitch. Fastball misses in. 2 balls and no strikes for White. Usalki, into his 4th season of independent baseball, began in 2021 at the age of 27. One of the older guys on this roster. Grew up in Westlake Village, California. Now the 2-0. And White hits it the other way, foul and out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Played for the High Point Rockers in the Atlantic League, the Missoula Paddleheads in the Pioneer League as well. He's ready. The kick and the pitch. And White hits a towering fly ball out towards shallow right center field. Charging in is the center fielder, Austin White. He collides with Keegan Calero out in right center, but it was a soft collision, and White still able to hold on to retire the other White. So now it'll be Logan Brown coming to the plate. 2 gone in the inning, runner on first. It's 5-1 New England. Evansville is actually out hitting the Knockouts. But you take those errors into account, and that's why you have the story as what it is. First pitch to Brown misses the zone, the count 1-0. Usalki had a 6.10 ERA and 20 2/3 innings of work with the Paddleheads last year. Next pitch, and first a throw over to the bag, back in safely is Alec Olin. He's ready, the 1-0, and here's a bouncing ball hit back up the middle and right at second base. D. Sarcina, as all he had to do was field it, and his foot was already on the bag. That'll do it here in the 4th. 4 in the books, and it is New England 5, Evansville 1 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Southwest Graphics Evansville Otter Bells.
Shane Harris on the rubber for Evansville here to begin the top of the 5th inning. It is 5-1 New England, and it's the middle third of this knockouts order. Jalen Garcia coming up to the plate, bats right-handed. Harris working from the stretch, the kick and the pitch, and this is lifted in the air, shallow right field. Backing up the second baseman, Mattis. He will call off the right fielder, White, and there's one down. A good start for Harris out of the bullpen as he replaces Terrence Marin. 4 innings of work for the starter, 5 runs, but just 1 earned. 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 Ks. So Harris may have to go for a decent amount of innings today. Marin finished at 72 total pitches and 45 strikes. First pitch misses inside to Brady West, and the left-handed catcher with a 1-0 count. A good crowd on hand tonight, more than we thought. The 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner, painted the black, 1-1. 3,124 here to watch fireworks after the show. Also to celebrate our sponsor, Studio B, tonight. The pitch. And this is swung on and launched high and deep down the right field line, but this hook's well fouling out of play. So the count now, a ball and 2 strikes for West. Studio B, they were talking down on the field before the game. Go check them out. Seems like they got a lot of good stuff to offer. Next pitch lifted the opposite way, out of play. We'll have another 1-2. I'm not sure if we're going to have one of their sponsors on our show today. As far as we were told, no. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses low, but we've been surprised before, so. The way we know it around here, somebody's just going to show up next half inning and say, all right, here I am. And we'll say, okay, come on in. No, it's all in good fun. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Great pitch by Harris. That was near the shoe tops of West, and he went fishing after one low and inside. He was completely fooled on that swing, and there's 2 gone. Now it'll be Raymond Jimenez. And a good start for Harris out of the bullpen. The right-hander deals. Fastball misses low, and the count 1-0. Harris now wearing number 21. When he first came to Evansville, he was wearing number 7. He deals. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, 1-1. But he had to give that number up whenever Dakota Phillips came back to the club, because Phillips has worn 7 for Evansville. Now the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's just a courteous thing to give it to the veteran. But sometimes if a player is stingy, especially at the major league level, the veteran will actually bribe to get their number back. Next pitch, a breaking ball outside. So if a player really likes the jersey they have, they don't want to give it up. Sometimes the guy will say, all right, I'll give you $1,000 for it. Here's the 3-1. And it's on the inside corner, a called strike. The count now full. I've only heard of that at the major league level, but I'm probably lowballing that figure. Not even so, if you throw out 10 grand, what is that to a guy that makes a league minimum of over $500,000? And many of those guys not making the league minimum, especially if you're a veteran. Harris ready with the payoff. Here it comes. And it is tapped at the plate, foul. So we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Jimenez 0 for 1. He had a sac fly in his second rather first at bat in the second inning, struck out swinging his last time up. 5-1 New England. Base is empty, and we're in the 5th inning. Harris kicks and deals. Breaking ball outside. So that's a walk to Jimenez.
Third baseman, 7.
And that'll bring up Noah Lucier. Well, this Knockouts club, they have put together some great at-bats tonight. They are seeing a ton of pitches from this Otters staff. Now the first offering is lifted to the right side, out of play. And the count 0-1 to the right-handed hitting third baseman. Again, no pitch clock. And Harris comes to the set. And he deals the 0-1. Runner goes to second. Fastball in. Throw from Brown. It's a good one. And they got him. Brown gunning down Jimenez at second base. A caught stealing ends the inning. New England 5 and Evansville 1 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Number 1, Delvin Zinn.
9-1-2 in the order for Evansville, and we're in the home half of the 5th inning. New England with a 5-1 lead, and back on the rubber, it's the starter, Neil Salke. That's a fun last name to say, let me tell you. Salke into the wind, the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball misses downstairs, and the count 1-0. 70 pitches, 49 strikes. And Salke has been tearing up this Otters order for the most part. The 1-0. And hold on, watch out. That one goes inside, a breaking ball, and it hits Delvin Zinn. He'll head down to first base, and the count, rather, it's a leadoff base runner. That'll turn the order over. Here comes Giovanni DiGiacomo.
Edward Jones, leadoff batter, center fielder, number 10, Giovanni DiGiacomo.
DiGiacomo, 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. He has struggled over the recent times for Evansville. Salke ready. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes to second. It's a bunt by DiGiacomo. Can't get it down. Throw to the bag. And it is in time. A caught stealing. So forget about the leadoff base runner. And just like that, Zinn heading back to the dugout as out number 1. 5-1 New England. On the last road series, DiGiacomo just 3 for 23 at the plate. Here's the pitch, and it's on the inside corner, a strike. This is a guy who, in his first 6 games, was batting over .540. That's how good he was. Now the 1-1. DiGiacomo grounds it foul to the right side. And we'll try it at 1 and 2, but boy, even in his last 10 games, Giovanni batting just .222. Now, out of the 8 hits he has, 3 have gone for doubles. And again, he's hitting the ball well, just not getting rewarded. Aside from tonight with the 2 strikeouts. A long pause. Now the pitch. And it's lifted the opposite way. That one would have been a pitch clock violation if the umpires actually decided to use it tonight. But again, for whatever reason, they said, nah, no thanks. Didn't even know that they were allowed to do that. Here's the 1-2. And it's a breaking ball that misses low. 2 and 2 now for DiGiacomo. Base is empty, 1 out in the 5th. The wind in the pitch. Fastball misses high. Well, we were talking about Usalki's professional career, and it began in 2021. He saw time with High Point, Missoula, and the Atlantic and Pioneer League. He has bounced around those 2 leagues. The pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner, called strike 3. DiGiacomo not happy, shaking his head at home plate umpire Evan Kerr. And now it'll be Gary Mattis coming to the plate. So 2 gone. In this 5th inning, 5-1 with New England leading. Here's the pitch to Mattis. Breaking ball, low, 1-0. Usalki has also seen time with Southern Maryland. That's where Yomar Reyes will now be playing. Here's the 1-0. And it's a fastball away, 2-0. Yomar traded today. Blake Mosley also released on the most recent transactions. And Evansville signing and activating Gary Mattis. Here's the 2-0. And it's lined back to the screen, foul, 2-1. Mattis 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. But again, Usalki pitched with Southern Maryland, also with the Charleston Dirty Birds in the Atlantic League. And last year, that was where he was before coming to High Point this year. The pitch, swung on, ground ball back up the middle. Lunging stop at short by DiSarcina. Throw to first in time. What a play. So that'll do it here in the 5th inning, and New England with a 5-1 lead over Evansville on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 6th inning, and it is Shane Harris back on the rubber for Evansville. New England with a 5-1 lead. First pitch, a breaking ball misses high, and the count 1-0 to Noah Lucier. Bottom third of the New England knockouts order. Now the 1-0. And it's popped up, foul back over the plate. 1-1. Lucier was at the plate to end the 5th inning, a caught stealing from Logan Brown. Here's the pitch. And it's on the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 16 pitches in that first inning of relief. Harris picked up a strikeout, no runs. The pitch, and this is shot foul the opposite way. And we'll try another 1-2 for the right-handed hitting third baseman. Harris relieving Terrence Marin, and the starter going just 4 innings today. A short stint for him, but only 1 of the 5 runs he allowed were earned. Here's a comebacker to the mound. Harris fields it, runs to first, and the flip, there's 1 gone.
Right fielder 3, Keegan Calero.
That'll bring up Keegan Calero. 5-1, New England leads it. Calero has reached base twice today. He's 0 for 1, a hit by pitch and an error. The pitch, swing and a tap into the glove of Brown, 0-1. Harris pitching with teammate Jacob Meyer with the Evansville Aces this spring. The pitch, and it's tapped back to the screen. Harris pitched in 2 out of the 3 games in the Super Regionals against Tennessee. Harris, a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. He's ready. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. Harris also got a haircut. No more long brown dreads going down the hair. He's ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts tonight for Harris as he sets down Calero. Now it's J.R. DiSarcina coming to the plate. So 9 pitches into this inning, and Harris has 2 quick ones, bases empty. 5-1 New England. DiSarcina walked his last time at the dish. First pitch from Harris, a breaking ball in the inside corner, strike 1. Well, Evansville will be back at it tomorrow in the middle game of this 3-game set. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. You can catch all the action on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Calling time, DiSarcina wants to think things over. And then on Sunday, that'll be the last home game before the All-Star break. Harris kicks and deals the next offering, and it's a fastball that misses away. Well, the Otters got in late to Evansville yesterday. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball outside. Strolled into Evansville at about 3 a.m. So it's been a long day. The right-hander ready. He deals. Fastball low, and after being ahead 0-2. Now the count is full to DiSarcina. Righty on righty battle. Now the 2-2. Checked his swing, did not go around. Breaking ball missed outside. That's the second time DiSarcina has walked. And it's also the second time he's been behind in the count 0-2 and has still found a way to first base.
Who's your lottery strikeout batter?
So that'll extend this 6th inning. And the lineup turns over for the leadoff hitter, Austin White. 5-1, New England leads. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses in. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball, called the strike. 1-1. White 0 for 2, a walk in the 1st inning. Batting .301 on the year, no homers but 21 RBIs. The 1-1. He shoots this one through the right side, a base hit, rounding second, moving up toward third. DiSarcina, long throw from the right fielder. White comes in on a bounce late, and that'll set up runners at the corners. Back-to-back runners with 2 outs in the 6th, and it's Jake Boone coming up. Keep in mind, folks, this game should be tied. Here comes Max Peterson. Nobody warming up in that Otters bullpen, but we'll see if that changes. 3 unearned runs coming in for New England in the 2nd. 1 unearned run for New England coming in the 4th. Their only earned run came in the 3rd inning, and it was an RBI double from Brady West, but my goodness, a trio of errors has really put the Otters in a bad hole. Now you think with the way the standings are, Evansville, 12 games back of first, 8 games back of a playoff spot. They need a sweep here. Harris ready, and he pitches home to Boone. Breaking ball in, the count 1-0. I mean, they are quite literally playing the worst team in the Frontier League, so this is their chance. Runner goes to second, pitches in there, a strike, throw to the bag, and it's not in time, late. A stolen base for White, number 22 on the season in 25 tries. That'll put runners on second and third. And there's 2 gone in the 6th. Harris at the set, the kick and the pitch. And this is swung on and crushed high, deep to left field. Bednar at the track, at the wall, he leaps. Goodbye. Harris got the first 2 guys out. Then a 3-run shot from Jake Boone, his 4th homer of the year. Well, this one is getting further and further out of reach. Make it an 8-1 game. Now at the plate, Jonathan Cristino. First pitch to him. And it misses low, 1-0.
This is designated hitter 12, John Cristino.
Cristino working on a 5-game hit streak. He is 0 for 2 today. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. This New England team has had some hot bats, and they're showing it off here today. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, but really they only have 5 hits, so timely hitting and capitalizing off mistakes. Something the Otters will need to learn how to do if they want to have a chance at a playoff run this season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses outside. Here's the 2-2. And it's another breaking ball, low and outside. Righty on righty battle. 8-1 New England. Here's the payoff. Inside ball 4. 4 base runners in a row for New England. And here comes Max Peterson. We'll have a pitching change. We'll take a step aside on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. New England leads 8-1 in the 6th. Pat Miner on to pitch here in the top of the 6th inning. And the Knockouts have already scored 3 runs this frame. First pitch, runner goes to second base. Throw from Brown late, and he's in there as Cristino picks up his 2nd stolen base of the year. Boy, these Knockouts are just running all around the bases tonight. And they are leading Evansville 8-1. A 3-run homer from Jake Boone this inning, and then moments ago a walk with Cristino now on second base. That pulled Shane Harris out of the game. Next pitch outside, 1-1. Well, this is a good opportunity for Pat Miner. He has struggled after having a terrific start to the season. Now the 1-1. And it's sent back to the screen. A no-pressure situation. His last appearance back on June 26th against Joliet went 2 innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. He has given up runs in his last 3 appearances, and they have been multiple runs at that, at least 2. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball, low and outside. But Miner started this year only allowing 2 earned runs in his first 6 appearances. And he had some lengthy relief appearances as well. A 2-inning appearance, a 3 1/3 innings appearance. The pitch shot out towards second base, fielded cleanly. Mattis throws to first. That'll do it in the 6th. A 3-run homer from Jake Boone, and it's 8-1 New England over Evansville. Heart of the order due up for Evansville. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it is David Mendham leading it off. Bats left-handed. He will face Neil Usalki, who is tonight's starter for the Knockouts. 5 prior innings of work, 1 run on 4 hits, a solo homer from Dakota Phillips, the only run of the game for Evansville, as New England leads them 8-1. The right-hander into the motion, and his pitch home. Misses a little bit low, the count 1-0. Mendham 1 for 1. He singled his last time up. He has 2 stolen bases today. Well, he's been more active in swipes, something we usually don't see from a guy like Mendham. Now the 1-0 pitch, and he taps it back to the Otters first base dugout. The count 1-1. Mendham, a graduate of Oklahoma State University, and after his collegiate tenure, he went and played with the Ottawa Titans last year in the Frontier League. Didn't see much action though. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball in. Mendham joined the season late because he was playing down in Oklahoma, and it didn't really go well for him, but Mendham being named to the All-Star roster today. The 2-1. Swung on a bullet through the right side, and that goes into right field for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Mendham. Now coming to the plate, Randy Bednar, and congratulations to David for his accomplishment. He has made the reserves roster, so he won't be starting, but he'll definitely see time. And that is going to be a really cool experience for him, going up to Quebec for the Midsummer Classic, which begins Monday, July 15th, and goes until the 18th. Bednar 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. The pitch. Fastball at the top of the zone, a called strike, and it's 0-1. New England leads it 8-1, and we're in the 6th. This 3-game homestand sandwiched in between 2 6-game road stints. Throw to the bag at first, Mendham in safely. Well, Evansville will have a lot of work to do if they want to come back into this one tonight. And it will have to start now. They made some comebacks before, but not from down this much this year. Next pitch to Bednar misses low, and the count 1-0. 1-1, beg your pardon. Bednar, a home run, 4 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 3 runs against Joliet. The 1-1. Breaking ball, low and outside. The right-handed hitting left fielder knocked his 10th home run of the year against the Slammers. He's got 25 ribbies. Here's the pitch. Bednar takes away, and the count 3 balls and a strike. Usalki at 90 pitches. And there is one stretching down in that bullpen, but nobody throwing for New England. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a miss. Mendham goes to second, throw to the bag. Not in time, he's in there again. The 3rd stolen base of the game. How about David Mendham? He has been a thieving thief tonight. And it's a runner in scoring position for Evansville. Still nobody out in the inning. Usalki ready. He comes to the set. Now the payoff. Swing and a miss. He gets Bednar. A hat trick of strikeouts, and Bednar out number 1. So now coming to the plate, Dakota Phillips. Phillips rejoined the club in that Joliet series. He was 3 for 8, a 3-hit day yesterday. A home run, an RBI, 2 runs scored, 3 strikeouts in the entire 2 games that he saw. Runner on second, 8-1 New England. Now the pitch home. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Phillips was with Fargo Moorhead to begin the year. That's in the American Association, the 0-1. Low. And Phillips was with Evansville all the way from 2019 until last year. Wanted to try a new scene, didn't work out for him, and he said, hey, how about I come back here? Now the 1-1. Fastball in. Speaking of the All-Star game, Phillips, an All-Star candidate in 22 and 23. So the last 2 seasons. Usalki at the set. He fires home. Fastball on the outside corner, a strike. And it's now 2-2. Runner on second, 1 gone. Usalki deals home. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. And that is now 10 strikeouts on the night for the right-hander. So that'll bring up Alec Oland. And the 3,000 plus here to see this ball game. Well, they'll have fireworks to look forward to after the game. Righty on righty battle. Oland with a yellow bat. Haven't seen that before. Here's the next pitch. Misses low, the count 1-0. Taking a look at some major league scores. St. Louis in the bottom of the 9th, tied at 5 with Washington. Boston trailing the Yanks 3-1 in the 7th. And whoa, watch out. Usalki stepped off, faked a throw, but there was nobody there. Boy, if he would have let that baseball go, Mendham would have at least taken third. San Francisco taking down Cleveland in the 6th inning right now, 4-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line shot out towards second, taken on a bounce by Boone. His throw to first will retire the side. The inning is over. So that'll do it here in the 6th inning, and it's 8-1 New England over Evansville on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Brady West at the plate, top of the 7th inning, 8-1 New England over Evansville. Pat Miner back on the rubber, the right-hander. Leans in, he gets the sign, he's into the line, first pitch. And West takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. West, a left-handed hitter. 2 for 3, 2 doubles and an RBI with a run scored. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Painted fastball at the bottom of the zone by Miner. Count 0-2. Miner saw one batter in the 6th inning coming out of the bullpen for Shane Harris. Rolled a ground out. Eight runs, 5 hits, no errors for the knockouts. The pitch, and it's lifted the opposite way toward the third base side in foul territory, and this will go out of play. Evansville, 1 run, as many hits as the knockouts, again 5. 3 errors in the field, which has led to 4 unearned runs. In the last inning, Jake Boone with a 3-run homer to break open the game if it wasn't already. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball hit foul to the right side. Pat Miner with a 4-seam fastball, changeup, cut fastball, slider, curveball. Last year he pitched in the Pioneer League with Glacier. Also spent some time in the Northwoods League. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And he's able to set down West. That's out number 1 in the 7th. Now coming to the plate, Raymond Jimenez.
First baseman 13, Ramon Jimenez.
Folks, I apologize. I have been saying Ramon's name wrong all night. First pitch popped up foul to the first base side, and it'll go out of play. Keep saying Raymond, but it is Ramon. So again, my apologies. Ramon Jimenez at the plate now. He walked his last time up. The pitch from Miner. Breaking ball in the inside corner, strike 2. Miner, alongside playing in the Northwoods League, also was in the Draft League. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit out toward third. Fielded cleanly, Mendham has it, and his throw will pull Phillips toward home plate off the bag, but right in front of him was Jimenez, and he's able to apply the tag. Two just kind of stopped dead in their tracks. And Jimenez was like a deer in the headlights. So now it'll be Noah Lucier coming up. 2 gone, base is empty in the 7th. The pitch, line back to the screen. Well, those are 2 really, really good draft leagues. Rather, baseball leagues, the Draft League and the Northwoods League. Pretty sure they consider that Draft League as a professional league. The 0-1 swung on and missed. But Miner, a 7.90 ERA on the season. This is his 10th appearance. Again, he started off the year really well, but he's given up multiple runs in his last 3 appearances, trying to avoid that here. Now the 0-2. Swing and a check swing. Went too far around, says Evan Kerr. 2 strikeouts in the inning, a 1-2-3 for Miner. And New England leads Evansville 8-1. It's stretch time at Bosse Field. We'll be back after this. Bottom of the 7th inning, and it is 8-1 New England. And back on the rubber, the starting pitcher, Neil Usalki. He will face Mason White. First pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses low. The count 1-0. Well, we have some fireworks going off just beyond the left field wall, maybe a mile or so away, the 1-0. And this is lifted foul the opposite way. Long run over there for Lucier, but he won't be able to get there. Happy 5th of July to everybody listening. Yesterday, our Great America's Independence Day, and Evansville able to win that contest. Well, today, an 8-1 New England lead. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses outside. And the count 2 balls and a strike for White. The right-hander winds and fires home. Breaking ball, a called strike, and it's 2-2. White 1 for 2. He doubled in the 2nd inning. Flew out his last time up. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air towards straightaway left field. Garcia under it. He will make the catch. 1 down.
The catcher, number 8, Logan Brown.
That'll send up Logan Brown to the plate. 1 gone here in the 7th inning. 8-1 New England. The right-hander winds and fires. First pitch on the outside corner as strike. 0-1 to the left-handed hitting catcher. Well, the Otters have struggled in series openers this year. They picked up one against Joliet. The 0-1 tapped into the glove of the catcher West. 0-2 now, but the Otters still just 6-11 in series opening games. And whenever you lose that first contest, well, you take yourself out for the sweep, but also makes it real hard to win series. Put your back up against the wall every time you do it. The 0-2. Breaking ball hit foul the opposite way and out of play. Evansville yet to sweep a team in 2024. And we thought maybe it would come against the worst team in baseball, but the Knockouts having Evansville's number tonight. Maybe that was wishful thinking. Here's the 0-2. Tap back to the Otters' first base dugout. That's not a knock on Evansville. It's hard to sweep a team regardless, but I don't know. Here's the 0-2. Fastball away. Brown 0 for 2, a couple of groundouts today. The right-hander deals. And this is tapped off the glove of West, goes back to the screen. Have another 1-2 pitch. Usalki at 110 pitches. Got to imagine this is it. Now the pitch, and it's a fastball high. One out in the inning. And the 2-2. Grounded foul. The night sky rolling in here at Bosse Field, and it's a beautiful night tonight, let me tell you. Now the 2-2 to Brown. A weak tapper back over the mound. Going to be a tough play. DiSarcina charging near second, and the shortstop unleashes to first. They're able to retire Brown, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
Shortstop, number 1, Delvin Zinn.
So that'll bring up Delvin Zinn. was a hot one to begin the game, but now that that temperature is cooling off, our temperatures are right at about 78. Can't ask for much better than that. First pitch to Zinn. Fastball strike, 0-1. The only blemish on the card tonight from Usalki. A solo homer from Dakota Phillips. That was all the way back in inning number 2. The 0-1. And it misses just a little bit outside. Close take, but the count now 1-1. The right-hander ready. He's back into the wind. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball. And he did not offer up, says Miguel Cruz. Another close breaking ball. And it just missed outside, so it's 2-1. Well, Evan Kerr has had a tight zone tonight for both sides. Here's the 2-1. Grounded foul to the left side. 2-2 to the right-handed hitting Zinn. Zinn 0 for 1, hit by a pitch his last time up. He was caught stealing at second. That's the first time this year that he has been thrown out on the bases. The deuces are wild, bases empty. And here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. We'll take it to the 8th. It is New England 8, Evansville 1 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 8th inning, Pat Miner back on the rubber. He has worked 1 1/3 scoreless so far. Here's a weak ground ball hit out toward short. Charging is in, and he won't have a play to first. Tries to barehanded, but couldn't come up with it. So Keegan Calero with an infield single. 8-1 with New England leading.
Shortstop for
Well, a question in our YouTube stream asking if they traded Yomar Reyes today. Yes, they did. They also traded Leone De La Cruz. That is correct, Tyler. Now the first pitch from Miner is on the outside corner, and it's a called strike, 0-1 to JRD Sarcina. Well, Reyes left batting in the 230s for Evansville. Throw to the bag at first. Back in safely is Calero. And Leone De La Cruz was traded as he had over a 7 ERA. So that's why they did not get to finish the season. The 0-1, and it's popped up back behind the plate. Brown gives it a look, but can't come up with it. That lands on the roof. Unfortunately, those players were great for Evansville last year. Different story this season. But the one thing that Andy McCauley does is if a player works hard, he's done his due diligence for the team, Andy's not going to let him go empty-handed. So both players being traded with their success last year. Yomar now in the Atlantic League. The pitch, fastball swing and a miss. And that'll set down DeSarcina on strikes. A high cheddar from Minor. And there's one gone here in the 8th that'll turn the lineup over for Austin White. The other thing to consider is whenever things are not working, like for Evansville being 10 games under 500, got to switch things up and try to make anything work. First pitch to White, fastball away, 1-0. And so Andy McCauley shaking things up in the clubhouse. Now the 1-0. In for a strike. Fastball from Minor. 85 miles on the gun. Minor throws to first. Back in safely is Calero. Well, this is the 5th time through the order tonight for New England as they lead Evansville 8-1. Here's the pitch. And it misses low. 2 balls and a strike now for White. He's 1 for 3, a single, a run scored, a walk, a stolen base. Now the 2-1 delivery. Misses inside, 3-1. Minor took over in the 6th inning for Shane Harris. Worked a 1-2-3 with 2 Ks in the 7th. That was the first base runner he allowed to Calero this inning. The pitch, runner goes. This is shot foul to the first base side. And it's now full. Series opener and the first all-time matchup between these two clubs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Minor. And he sets down White, 2 gone here in this 8th inning, and there's a runner on first for Jake Boone. The first all-time matchup, and New England saying, hey, how you doing, Evansville? They lead at 8-1. The pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss, no throw from Brown. Another stolen base. That's the 2nd from Calero, and again, these knockouts have been all over the bases. Now the 0-1. Inside, and it hit him. Well, you wonder if that's going to leave some bad blood with these two teams because, gosh, that's the 3rd hit by pitch today. Look, these Otters aren't trying to hit the knockouts, but
Designated hitter 12, John Cristino.
their control has been all over the place today. They have walked 5 batters, and they have hit 3 batters. So now coming to the plate, John Cristino. 1st and 2nd, 2 gone in the 8th inning. Righty on righty matchup. Cristino, 0 for 2, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a stolen base. First pitch from Minor. Swung on, a bullet towards second, off the glove of Mattis. This kicks into right field. Coming in to score is Calero, up to 3rd base. Boone, 9-1. Mark it down as an RBI single for John Cristino. RBI number 39 on the season. And that'll extend this 8th inning. So Minor has now given up runs in his last 4 appearances. And coming to the plate, Jalen Garcia. Here's the pitch. Fastball low and away. New England only has 2 more hits than Evansville, but they have 8 more runs. And the tone was set early with 2 errors plating 3 runs in the 2nd inning for New England. Here's a line drive into right center, another base hit, another run. Up to second base, Cristino Garcia with an RBI single. That's his 29th ribby of the year.
Catcher,
And make it a
23,
10-1 game. Well, again, yesterday, New England scored 12 runs despite falling to Gateway, 17-12. They only scored 2 on Wednesday, but on Tuesday they had another 8 runs, so they have been having a hot offense as of late. First pitch fouled back from Brady West, and the count 0-1. And they have reached double figures, 10-1 your score. Now the pitch lifted over the screen, foul. 0-2. West 2 for 4, 2 strikeouts, but 2 doubles, a run scored, and an RBI. Runner on first and third. 2 gone in the 8th. Minor deals. And it's a breaking ball low. This gets past the catcher, Brown, and it'll bring home another run. Oh my goodness. What is going on with this team? Brown didn't even try to block the ball. And to be honest, it didn't look like he ran very hard back to the backstop. Now the 1-2. Swung on, hammered high, deep to right center. On his horse, DiGiacomo toward the gap. He ranges over, makes the catch near the warning track. The inning is over. Another 3 runs come in to score. 11-1 New England over Evansville. Giovanni DiGiacomo leading it off, and we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 11-1, New England leading Evansville, and we have a new arm on the rubber. Instead of Neil Osaki, it'll be Dan Goggin. And Goggin, a tall right-hander, will face DiGiacomo batting left-handed. He toes the rubber, leans in. And now the first pitch. Fastball lifted the opposite way, out of play. And the count 0-1. Well, what a day it was for Osaki. Had himself 11 strikeouts. 7 innings of 1-run ball. Here's the pitch. And this is lined toward the left center gap. It's going to fall for a base hit. DiGiacomo staying on first. He's got a leadoff single in the 8th. That is the first hit since the 6th inning. And now coming to the plate, Gary Mattis. Final line from Osaki, 7 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, 11 Ks, and 1 walk. Righty on righty battle, the pitch. And it's lined back to the screen, 0-1. Mattis 0 for 3 in his Otters debut. Spent time with the club last season and in 2022, but trying to get it going here tonight. Began in the American Association this year and came to the club today. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball away. Last year for Evansville, he only had a .225 batting mark, but he provided some pop in the postseason and was a big bat. Here's the 1-1. And this is lined out toward the right center alley. This is going to get down for at least extra bases, and it'll be a double with Mattis cruising into second and holding up at third. DiGiacomo back-to-back hits here in the 8th for Evansville. Well, there's the first hit in his return to a blue uniform. Here comes David Mendham. Well, the 3-hole hitter has been hot tonight. 2 for 2, a walk and 2 singles. 11-1, New England leads it. Not a good start out of the bullpen for Goggin. Righty on lefty battle. And the first pitch on the way. Breaking ball hit down the first base line. Taken by Jimenez at the bag. He will step on it unassisted. Coming in to score DiGiacomo. That's the first run for Evansville since the 2nd inning. A fielder's choice RBI for Mendham. Make it an 11-2 game. Mattis up to third. And there's 1 gone in the inning for Randy Bednar. RBI number 25 of the year for Mendham. Bednar 0 for 3. 2 looking strikeouts, a swinging strikeout tonight. Goggin kicks and deals the first pitch. Breaking ball outside and the count 1-0. Bednar, a .273 hitter on the year. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball high and away, 2-0 now. Bednar had some affiliated experience last year with Seattle. Was released, came here for this season. Was picked up pretty early on. Here's the pitch. And it's lined back to the screen, 2-1. What a great addition power-wise Bednar has been. He was considered for an all-star ballot, but didn't quite make the cut. So tough because there are a ton of good outfielders in the West Division this year, and Bednar's one of them. He was hitting over 315 at one point, but that average has sunk to, again, 273. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball outside. Just 10 days away, not including this one, from the All-Star break. Pretty crazy. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it misses low, ball 4. So that'll bring up Dakota Phillips, 1 for 3, had the homer in the second. Phillips 4 for 12. 4 for 11 actually in his young Otters season. He bats left-handed. And well, after that run coming in, this crowd, they're back in it. Despite it being an 11-2 game, here's the first pitch. And this is a ground ball through the right side, base hit, and that'll bring in Mattis. Up to second base, Bednar, an RBI single for Phillips. And that's his 3rd RBI in 2 games for Evansville. So runners on first and second. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Alec Olin. 1 gone here in the 8th, and Evansville firing back. After allowing 3 runs in the top of the inning, they have now scored 2. Righty on righty battle. Here's the first pitch. Fastball away. Well, there's a right-hander throwing in that Knockouts bullpen. We'll see how long the leash is for Dan Goggin. The right-hander kicks and deals. And this is lined back to the screen, 1-1. Can't help but think of David Goggins when you hear the name Dan Goggin. If you don't know who David Goggins is, look him up. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball outside. Well, if Evansville wants to have a miracle, now's the time to do it because they're starting to gain back some momentum. Now comes the 2-1 pitch. And Olin watches a breaking ball in the outside corner, a strike. Well, Evan Kerr hasn't been calling that all game long, but he just decided, you know what? I'm just going to call that one for fun. Ridiculous. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Goggin. 2 gone here in the 8th. Runners on first and second. And it is 11-2 New England. 11-3, check that. Mason White, 1 for 3 tonight. He doubled back in his first at-bat. Digs in from the left side. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, line the opposite way and out of play. Tomorrow, a TBA for Evansville. Probably depends on who will finish tonight. And left-hander Anderson Comas on the mound for New England tomorrow. Here's the 0-1. Fastball high. Goggin gets the sign. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike for White. We'll be back tomorrow with a 6:35 p.m. Central Time first pitch, 5:05 on Sunday. Now the 2-1 delivery. And this is swung on, hit high and medium deep toward the bullpen of New England. Coming over is Garcia, but he can't get there. Lucier also backing up from third, and it's a foul ball. Evansville again will play New England in this series, then they will hit the road for 6. They'll play Washington and Lake Erie. Then after the break, they see Washington again. Then they see Florence, then Lake Erie again. Goggin ready, the pitch. And this ball's lined into left field, base hit. Taken on a bounce by Garcia, being waved around home. Bednar, throw to the plate, pulled the catcher up the third base line, and it's an RBI base hit for Mason White. Make it a 3-run eighth for Evansville, and it's an 11-4 game now. So some late life for the offense. And now it's Logan Brown coming up. Runners on first and second, 2 gone in the inning. Brown 0 for 3 today, 3 ground outs, all to the shortstop. Here's the pitch to him. Fastball, line back to the screen, 0-1. It actually bounced off the roof and kicked back toward the third baseman, Noah Lucier. Goggin, a long lean in, still leaning in, now gets the sign. At the set, the pitch, fastball away. I don't know if we've seen it before, but Brady West doing some hand movements for the pitch selection. Interesting. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss, big cut from Brown, couldn't answer. Usually we've seen just the old wag of the finger, but Brady West tapping inside, outside, middle, high, near the mask. The pitch, grounder hit out towards short, fielded cleanly. DiSarcina flips to second, and they're able to get the force. That'll do it here in the 8th. Evansville gets 3. We're heading to the 9th, and it is 11-4 New England on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
And now, Indiana 811 presents the Holy Moly Shuffle. Can you find where Holy Moly done himself? Don't let him get away. Thank you for playing. The Holy Moly Shuffle is brought to you by Indiana 811, a free service that can prevent costly damages to underground utilities. Know what's below. Call 811 or visit 811now.com and lease 2 working days for any taking project, no matter how big or small. Up to you, Sam.
Thanks, Lucas. Make sure you stick around for post-game fireworks. Once our game is done, Otters call the bullpen 29, Jacob Meyer in to pitch. The battery Meyer's on the mound. Around behind the plate. Don't you get your battery powered by the Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 North River Road. 812-475-9000. Tell them Sam from the Otters send you. First baseman, 13, Ramon Jimenez.
Jacob Meyer on to pitch here in the top of the ninth inning. It's 11-4 New England. First pitch from the right-hander, and it's tapped back to the screen off the bat of Ramon Jimenez, and the count 0-1. So that calls it a day for Pat Miner. He allowed 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings. The pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a strike, 0-2. Meyer, 3 scoreless innings in 2 appearances in 2024. The right-hander kicks and deals the 0-2. And it's sent back over the screen. We'll try it again. Let's take a look at some other scores in the Frontier League. The Tri-City Valley Cats besting the Sussex County Miners, a 6-2 win. Now the pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. 1 strikeout out of the bullpen from Meyer. Now he will face Noah Lucier. 11-4. New England leads Evansville. We're in the 9th. How about Lake Erie? They're winners in their last 4. A 5-1 victory over the New Jersey Jackals. Meyer ready. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And it is 0-1. The New York Boulders in the top of the 5th inning with the Florence Yalls. 10-5 ball game with the Rocks leading. Here's the pitch. And the 0-1 misses inside. Well, that game must have been delayed, which would not surprise me. They get a ton of rain up there in Pomona. The 1-1. Breaking ball and a beauty, swing and a miss as Lucier went after one in the dirt. Windy City dropping a close 4-3 finish to the Washington Wild Things. Quebec bouncing back, and they snapped their 3-game slide with a win. The 1-2 misses inside, 2-2 now. And they beat the Three Rivers Angels 7-2 on the road. Gateway besting Schaumburg 7-4, so Gateway now the 3 seed, the 2-2. And it's a breaking ball low. Schaumburg losers in their last 3 games. And they dropped 2 out of 3 to the Ottawa Titans. Speaking of the Titans, they came away with a 6-5 win over Joliet tonight on the road. Here's the payoff from Meyer. Breaking ball lifted in the air, shallow center field. Long run for DiGiacomo, backing up the second baseman Mattis. He will put it away. There's 2 gone. 11-4, New England leads. Here comes Keegan Calero. So Schaumburg in a slump. And if it weren't for their hot start, who knows where they would be, because they have completely fallen off. Well, not completely, but from where they were in first place, they have. First pitch on the inside corner, a called strike, 0-1 to Calero. Meyer, a 4-seam fastball in the arsenal, and he has the exact same arsenal as Shane Harris except for the 2-seam fastball. The pitch, breaking ball away, so he's got that slider, the curveball, and the changeup. And Harris also throws that 2-seam. They call it the Evansville Special because they both played for the Aces. The 1-1, breaking ball, a strike, 1-2. Base is empty, 2 outs in the 9th. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, hit out toward right center, shallow, charging in White. A long run, he's able to get there. A 1-2-3 inning. For Jacob Meyer out of the bullpen, will take it to the bottom of the 9th. One last chance for Evansville as they trail 11-4 to New England on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Bottom of the ninth, Hazel Barrow on to pitch for New England as they lead at 11-4 over Evansville. One last chance for the Otters. Delvin Zinn will lead off the inning, bats right-handed, and the right-hander comes to the set. Glove at his face, and he deals the first pitch from the stretch. Fastball misses outside, the count 1-0. So the day for Dan Goggin over. Went one inning, gave up 3 runs in the 8th. Here comes the 1-0. Zinn takes a fastball just off the outside black. Barrow throws in the 2-0. Fastball misses away, 3-0. 6'1", 185 pounds. Comes from Cuba. His last club, the Arizona Complex League Los Angeles Dodgers. There's a strike, 3-1. Now the pitch. And this is swung on and launched high, deep to left field, and it is gone. A leaping try at the wall by Garcia. He couldn't reel it in. That one past his reach. And Delvin Zinn with his first home run of the year, RBI number 5. And it is 11-5 New England. So a good start here in the 9th. That's 4 unanswered runs now from the Otters. They're going to need a lot more. Here's Giovanni DiGiacomo. Bats left-handed, the pitch. Fastball misses in. Well, some early fireworks before our fireworks show after the game. Evansville has out-hit New England tonight, but errors killed them early. Here's the 1-0. Fastball high. 4 of the first 5 runs of the game for New England unearned, and that just set the tone the rest of the night. Now, really unfortunate circumstance for Evansville, because who knows where they would be if the game was a little closer and things went differently. Now the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Well, you say that, but then it's also shoulda, coulda, woulda, so. Barrow deals, and it's a weak tapper to the left side, foul. 2-2 now to DiGiacomo. Giovanni singled and scored his last time up. He's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. And DiGiacomo hits this in the air, shallow left field. Ranging in Garcia, he puts it away, 1 down. So that'll bring up Gary Mattis. He had a double in the 8th inning, later scored. 11-5, New England leads Evansville. We're in the 9th. Mattis spent some time with the Arizona Diamondbacks during his affiliated days. The pitch, and he takes a fastball high, the count 1-0. Barrow cannot get ahead. Falling behind in counts early in this 9th inning. A long lean in, and the pitch, foul ball.
Guess what? Overhead foul ball is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regrets.
Righty on righty battle. And now West going back to the finger signs. Here's the pitch. And it's a breaking ball in. So no more hand gestures on parts of the body. He has gone back to the original ways of signaling for the pitch. Gave a 3 that time. Here's the 2-1. And it's a breaking ball for a strike. Mattis 1 for 4 tonight. Trying to give some more hope to this Otters offense. The base is empty. And we have time called. Well, again, that pitch clock not being implemented in this game. 4 minutes shy of 3 hours. You wonder how much time there would be if there was a pitch clock shaved off. The pitch, high and inside fastball. So the count now 3-2, and every pitcher's just been dilly-dallying out there, leaning in for hours on end. But again, that's the fault of our umpiring crew today. They just didn't want to use it. Now the payoff. Breaking ball high. So now it'll be David Mendham coming to the plate. Runner on first base, 1 gone in the 9th inning. 11-5, New England leads it. Mendham batting left-handed. Well, the other thing to think, without that pitch clock, there's no time to tell how long it takes a hitter to come up to the plate, because that's another thing that they check, the pitch. And it is on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. There's no time to tell how long in between innings there is. All of that stuff is different in today's game. Now the 0-1. Fastball high. Mendham had a fielder's choice RBI his last time up. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a walk, 3 stolen bases. Barrow ready. The 1-1. On the outside corner, called strike 2. Mendham keeping that average up. He was hitting around 380 a couple of weeks ago, but that number has dipped to 340. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball hit to the right side, and it is fielded cleanly by Boone moving toward first. He will flip it to Jimenez. Runner goes up to second, 2 gone in the 9th, and the Otters down to their final out. So it's Randy Bednar coming to the dish, 0 for 3, 3 Ks, a walk, a run scored. Runner in scoring position, and New England leads it 11-5. Righty on righty battle. And the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, shot out towards left center field. This is sinking, and it'll drop in for a base hit. Lands in front of White. Coming in to score is Mattis. Make it an 11-6 game. Bednar picks up his first knock as he stays on first with an RBI base hit. So now it's Dakota Phillips. And unfortunately, this offense just coming too late, but makes it real hard to win a game when you give up 11 runs. So Evansville with 11 hits tonight. Their offense has been great. Here's the first pitch to Phillips. Misses high, and the count is 1-0. Phillips with a home run in the 2nd inning. Also an RBI single in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses in. We'll be back tomorrow, a 6:35 p.m. start time. Meeting at the mound. Evansville, unless they keep this 9th inning alive and plate 5 more runs to force extras or even 6 to win it, we'll look to even the series. Meeting on the mound over. Long lean in for Barrow. Now he comes home with the 2-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Runner on first, 2 gone in the ninth. The Otters down to their final out. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, called strike 2, and Phillips can't believe it. He calls time. And he is in complete disgust with the call from Evan Kerr. Phillips, a slow walk back to home plate, tapping his bat on his shoes. Hey, who's to blame him? There's no time period for timeouts because there's no pitch clock. So take as long as you want, Mr. Phillips. Hey, we got all night. Barrow, ready with the 2-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Game over. Evansville drops the series opener in the first all-time meeting to the New England Knockouts tonight, 11-6. We'll be back after this. Evansville drops the series opener tonight against the New England Knockouts. The first all-time matchup between these two clubs goes to the foe, and we'll go through the scoring recap and the box score now. 3 unearned runs came in the second inning, and it was an error from Mason White, which allowed a runner to go to third, then a sac RBI fly to bring home the first run. Then, after a walk and a hit by pitch, it was a throwing mistake from Dakota Phillips, the first baseman, as he tried to go back to third on a fielder's choice, and the ball went all the way to the warning track on the left field side of the field, and then 2 more runs came in to score, make it a 3-0 game. In the bottom of the second, Dakota Phillips answered, and he sent a solo homer over the right center wall, 3-1. In the third, another run came in to score, a RBI double from Brady West to make it a 4-1 game. In the fourth inning, another unearned run came in. Keegan Calero had a 1-out error. He later scored in the inning on an RBI base hit from Jake Boone. Then, in the sixth inning, that was where the real damage was done, as Jake Boone had his second, third, and fourth RBIs of the night with a 3-run homer over left field, and that was again in the sixth inning. And, well, that made it an 8-1 game, and then the Knockouts got their final 3 runs in the 8th inning, and it was highlighted by a couple of RBI base hits from John Cristino and Jalen Garcia. And Evansville had some late offense of their own, plated 5 unanswered runs in the 8th and 9th innings, but it was too little too late. In the 8th inning, it was a leadoff base hit for Giovanni DiGiacomo, then a double from Gary Mattis, a fielder's choice RBI from David Mendham, and then an RBI single from Dakota Phillips. Later with 2 outs, an RBI single from Mason White. And that made it an 11-4 game. The Otters plated 2 more in the 9th. Solo homer from Delvin Zinn, his first of the year for Evansville. And then with 2 outs, a Randy Bednar RBI single scored Gary Mattis, who walked with 1 out earlier. So that's your scoring recap. Final box score, 11 runs, 7 earned, 8 hits for New England, no errors in the field, and they left 5 on base. For Evansville, 6 runs, all earned, 11 hits, 3 errors in the field, 8 left on base. Starting pitching was Terrence Marin for Evansville. He went 4 innings, 5 runs, just 1 earned though. 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 Ks. He takes the loss, drops to 0-2 on the year. Neil Olsalski was the winner tonight, 1-0, and Olsalski went 7 innings of 1-run ball, 11 Ks, and he walked 1, gave up 5 hits. Final time of today's game, 3 hours and 2 minutes. 3,124 came out to see it, and it was a beautiful day at the ballpark. 85 degrees, sunny skies, game time temps, and in the night fall, it was 78 and clear skies. So now we have fireworks at the stadium. With the loss, Evansville drops to 19 and 30. With the win, New England up to 14 and 34. One final time, your final score tonight, New England 11, Evansville 6. We hope to see you tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. Central Time as the Otters look to even the series. This is Kyle Chandler saying thanks again. We hope to see you again tomorrow. But until then, please enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, and God bless everybody.